hi, mga guapo guapa. So it's already official. We have sixth lockdown here in Melbourne, and it's gonna start tonight from 8 p.m. So here we go again. Okay, so yeah, so there's a mystery case that they found, and they can't find any possible link where it came from. So the government of Victoria decided to do another lockdown for 7 days. So that's it. I'm just letting you know.
Good evening. In just 2 hours, Victoria will be plunged back into lockdown for a sixth time. Two new mystery clusters triggered the snap decision. Schools will close and gatherings are banned for at least the next 7 days, with only 5 reasons to leave home. State political reporter Mark Santomartino has the latest.
5 lockdowns in, all 6.5 million Victorians felt this one coming.
Victoria will have to lock down again for 7 days from 8 p.m. tonight.
Lockdown 6 starts in 2 hours, cutting short a final night of freedoms that allowed the Miss Frankie outbreak to surge.
There was transmission on the night of the lockdown last time. So this evening is go home. Go home and begin that lockdown.
Once again, there's only 5 reasons to leave home: essential food and supplies, authorised work, caregiving, vaccination and exercise within 5 kilometres of home. Supermarkets, bottle shops, banks, petrol stations and pharmacies will stay open. Restaurants, cafes and bars will be limited to takeaway. But schools, gyms, hairdressers, community facilities and entertainment venues must close.
Given where this is, given that it's not just one mystery case but potentially 2, we think that we may need as long as seven days.
Daniel Andrews, all but confirming one of those mystery infections, broke the rules.
There's a couple of people that have come back from Sydney. They were in hotel quarantine, and it may well be the case that they've been visited against the rules by someone who is a positive case.
They won't be fined in the hope they'll be more honest with contact tracers, while the rest of Victoria pays the price.
We thought we had it in the bag and we were going to do it tomorrow, but now we can't, to me, all I want is just to keep my soon-to-be wife very happy, and I can't do that, so it's a bit upsetting.
Lorenzo Lucchio and Helen Petropoulos were supposed to get married tomorrow.
How do you get married tonight if they're potentially going to lock us down at 8 o'clock? What are we going to have, 3 hours? All those thousands of dollars?
All of regional Victoria will also be subject to the same rules.
We have a sewerage test that has detected COVID in the northeast, so we have some reason to believe that there is COVID either in that community or has been in that community.
Prime Minister Scott Morrison confirming wage support will again be available.
Obviously, our support with the COVID disaster assistance payments kicks right in.
Business support will be announced tomorrow, with the Premier offering no apology for shuttering them 9 days after lockdown 5 ended.
There are no alternatives to lockdown. If you wait, it'll spread. These next few days will be very tough, but we've done it before and we can do it again.
So, Mark, no guarantee this lockdown will last only 7 days.
Well, neither lockdown 4 or 5 ended on time, Pete, and as hard as it is to come to the terms of the fact that we're in lockdown 6 just 9 days after lockdown 5 ended, it was harder to hear that this could be the reality for Victorians until Christmas, or at least until 80% of us are vaccinated. Premier Daniel Andrews has indicated he could go one step further and cut all international flights. We know that the last time there was an outbreak at Altaqua College that there was an issue with risk at the public housing towers. If that is deemed to be the case, families could be moved into hotel quarantine instead. That is an option on the table. And given there was such a large gap seemingly between when one of these mystery cases developed symptoms and then got tested, it's a timely reminder to Victorians tonight that there are support payments available for those who miss out on work and thus pay to do the right thing. Pete?
Mark Santomartino. The outbreak in the western suburbs that's hit the COVID-weary Altaqua College hard is moving at lightning speed. As Reid Butler reports, thousands are turning out to get tested.
From schoolyard to testing and vaccination hub in less than 24 hours.
Staff, students and any family member will be able to get tested and have the option of getting vaccinated with Pfizer at the same time.
Health authorities moving fast, but the virus moving faster.
24 hours is a long time in any pandemic.
Of the 6 new cases until midnight, 3 are linked to existing outbreaks. The remaining 3 are the concern. They include the teacher from Altaqua College and her partner, who live in Hobsons Bay. The third is a Maribyrnong man in his 20s with no known link. 2 more cases emerged this morning, relatives of the Hobsons Bay couple, but they'll be included in tomorrow's numbers.
Family relatives who do not live in the same household but nearby.
The Altaqua College teacher worked while potentially infectious on Wednesday, Thursday and Friday last week. She was tested on Tuesday at this Altona North Medical Clinic. By then, her partner, who works at this Caroline Springs optometrist, was already infected. He played footy with Newport FC against West Footscray on Saturday at Shorten Reserve in West Footscray. We also know a case visited Elite Sports Performance Gym in Spotswood for 2 hours on Tuesday morning.
Could I urge everyone to keep a very close eye on the Department of Health's exposure website to stay up to date with this information.
Late today, Poultry Palace, a chicken processing facility, was added as a Tier 1 venue. The exploding number of exposure sites driving huge testing numbers across the western suburbs.
I think they were over 200 through at 12 o'clock, so depending on how it goes during the day, we could get up to 1,000.
The testing site here at the school only just opened about an hour ago, but already there's huge demand. Cars are packing the car park there, and the vehicles are snaking out the gates, and they're queuing all the way to Sayers Road. But at least one western suburbs doctor is sounding the alarm over vaccine hesitancy in the area.
I have serious concerns about the community not having the vaccine, refusing the vaccine.
I think we need to get our core message right, and the core message needs to be you need to get vaccinated because you don't want to die. Reid's at the showgrounds testing site. Reid, what's being done to make sure that message is getting across?
A lot, Pete. Communication is going to be key in getting this outbreak under control, getting people tested and getting people vaccinated. Last year, during the second wave in the western suburbs, there was a sense of mistrust towards authority. To stop that from happening again, Testing Commander Jerome Weimar held a private Q&A Zoom meeting with staff and students of Altaqua College this afternoon, and the Premier says that there is a huge amount being done behind the scenes to engage all cultural backgrounds. I can also tell you, Pete, that Monday, Tuesday and yesterday have now been added as high-risk exposure periods at Altaqua College. Considering the fact the infected teacher last worked on Friday, that seems to indicate that she may have transmitted the virus to someone else within the school community, and they have attended the school this week. More details on that are expected at tomorrow's media conference. Pete?
Reid Butler, thank you. Some Victorians are making the most of their last moments of freedom despite a call from the Premier to go home. Elizabeth Moss joins me from Moonee Ponds. Lizzie, how's everyone there feeling?
Yeah, well, Pete, as you can see, people are just trying to enjoy it while they can, soaking up those last few moments of freedom. As you mentioned, the advice from the Premier was for people to stay at home tonight. Some restaurants here in Moonee Ponds have told me they're going to take away only. Others say they've had to cancel almost all of their bookings. It's safe to say this lockdown has caught everyone by surprise.
We've ordered all our stock already for the weekend. A lot of perishable foods that we're going to have to throw away. A lot of it's not able to be frozen down, so we've already lost probably around $6,000 just from that news.
Snuck in for my last beer so I can get used to being at home for 7 days.
I was meant to work tonight, but we thought we'd get out and support another bar at least.
Other business owners have told me they have to try to make some money while they still can, even if that is just for the next hour and 50 minutes, Pete. Until then, it's...
Hey, this is my lockdown 6 fucking cowboy hat, cunts. So apparently we're going into lockdown in the next couple of days again. Fucking oath. This country's awesome, mate. Fucking great country.
At times like this, I guess all you can do is laugh.